Both exits clear. Watch your speed. car approaching. Watch your mirrors. B2. New fastest lap for Lawrence, 1:31.6. Your right side tyres are getting hot. Tyre temps are good. P2. Your lap time was 1:33.5. All clear, stay behind the line. Mind these track limits, please, Jack. All clear on pit exit. The guy ahead's lap time is a 1:32.3. Pit exit is clear. Don't cross the line. B3. The car ahead has just done a 1:32.3. That puts you 2.0 seconds off the leader's pace. Right side tyres are hot. The car in front's lap time is a 132.7. B4. To watch the track limits. Look out for the pit speed limit. That's a new fastest lap for Lawrence, 130.0. Fastest lap for Lawrence, 130.0.
literally like the fastest car in Sector 3 because I just baby the tire the entire out lap, lose a little bit in Sector 1, and then gain it back in 3 because I still had tires left.
Yeah. Hey, Jack.
That's just kind of what you have. But yeah, to answer your question, I don't think you have any worry about the tire wear. I don't think.
Yeah, that's good to know. Yeah, I may do a
good.
little more tire warming from now on.
If anything, it'll help reduce your wear, so long as you don't slide or lock the tire.
Mm-hmm. Right. Ooh, okay, a 30.5 on C2 with 98% grip.
So where's our grip at now?
Happy with that.
98.8. We're getting there.
While talking, no less.
Yes. This means you should talk more. You gain more lap time. I'm pretty good at multitasking while driving, so I could talk, I could drive, and I can think of a strategy or fly.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do this strategy quietly, but I've made multiple mistakes in this league because I was talking and not focusing.
I was on the F1 games. I used to drive those a lot. I had people joke that I would literally make the entire strategy for the entire VC I was in. I could like juggle 10 people's strategies while driving my own race.
That's the Fernando Alonso capacity.
The thing is, I don't think I think I remember the race I did that in, and I didn't fuck anyone over. It was I actually everyone's strategy correctly. I think it was like people. I think it was like Montreal, and we had like 1 and 2 stop splits. So we had some cars going short, some cars going long. I think they all converged, and it's like I didn't screw anyone specifically with it. So kudos to me. I can do it. I can call 10 different races while doing my own race. I think I was on a reverse 1 stop. I want to say. I think I was doing like a. Would that have been 20 or 21? I think it was 21. I think I was doing like a medium soft or something. I mean, like a 90% of the strategy on 20 and 21. Or 21 was just soft medium or medium soft.
Mm-hmm.
What games, F1 games did you play exactly? I can't remember.
22 and 23. And then I moved over to AC. And that's all my racing experience. That's it.
Yeah, I thought for some reason you played 21, but yeah, 21 had super hard tires for some reason. Like the soft was the race tire at half the circuits.
Mm.
And yeah, you literally could do a counter strat where you just go stupid long and then wait for a safety car, and because the deg was like, it was like so little and so much at the same time, you could literally do a counter strat, stay out ahead of everyone, and everyone would have to box with you because the soft would become so OP. So if somebody did this medium, they'd have to come in with you off of your medium to safety car strat.
Not ideal.
I've done that. I did that a ton of times on 21. Really, I just kept going.
Not ideal for the game to be balanced that way.
Yeah. It's at least I appreciate the soft could be a viable race tire. That's why I kind of like it the way we have it here. Is there are some times where the soft is a very solid race tire.
Yeah, for sure.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going all right.
What's up, man?
2021 or 2020?
21. 20 had some of that, but not to the same extent as 21. Like, there were some tracks where the soft would be viable. I remember doing some hard soft on 20 before, like going super long, then having like a really quick final stint on the soft.
Are you guys doing like C2, C3, like, or C1, C2?
I'm doing a 3.2 or a 3.23 because I think the 3 is the best race tire.
3.2.
Yeah. I'm doing a 3.2 or a 2.3.
Yeah, I'm debating if a 2-stopper is possible, just with the 3. The deg is not very high though, so that's not the issue. It's just maybe the 3's pace.
What's killing my freaking CPU? the fuck, dude?
Oh, night races on AC. They just destroy FPS. Like I'm
Exit is
hovering
clear.
between
Push now.
50 and 60 FPS.
I freaking finally figured out what was going on with my GPU, but for now my CPU is like at 90%. That's so messed
Yep,
up.
that's AC night races. I was dipping below 40 actually. That's great. Now once I leave the pit straight, I pick up to 60 again. 65. Thank you, Jack.
Yep.
Just near the end of my final stint.
I'm averaging 83 right now. And my PC is definitely less of a potato than Cody's.
Can you spare a poor boy some
You'll
FPS?
have to, keep your wits about you, mate.
Spare 5, yeah. Hello there.
Hello.
How are you?
Too much talking on my part, I spun.
I got you. I'm just gonna talk the entire race now.
Yeah.
You saying like C3s are the best?
I think they could be. The DEG is very low. The 2 is a good tire, though. It's just I think the 3 could be. It's like it could be by like Barcelona. Because we did 3-2-3 in Barcelona, I want to say.
Yeah, the 3 is really good. It could go, I think, between, depending on how you drive it, 15 to 18 laps or so.
Yeah, I was thinking I might do like 13 on all stints. That's what I'm testing 14 laps in the final stint 3 right now, just to see if I could shortcut the first 2 stints. Yeah, left front is going to die and the lap 4 in our final stint. Well, so that's 14 is the maximum for the front.
What's your tire time looking like?
I mean, I'm with my tire app. I actually I realized I had carcass but not core temps. Now I can see the core temps. And I'm hovering about 120 on the left.
120, right?
Yeah. And then 116, 117 on the left front and right rear,
Right.
and then
Yeah.
10 on the left or right front. Where's our grip at now? 99.5.
Yellow flag.
I'll be right back.
This is seriously an underrated track, man.
I enjoy it.
So much fun to drive. Like, it's not like an easy track, but man, it's fun to drive.
The nice thing is there's a lot of places where you can take alternative lines too. I think that's always what I find is a good racing track to me. There's some tracks that I just enjoy driving, but I know don't race well, like kind of like a Mugello, a Sandboard.
The guy ahead has just done 130.7
alternative lines, but this is a track where you can do that. That's why I love
a bit of tyre wear
Portimao
on all
so
your
much,
tyres.
because there are so many different places to take alternate lines. I just genuinely think it races well.
Okay, Jack, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
I kind of hope it comes back on the 27 calendar. There's talk of that in Portugal. They wanted to try to host a Grand Prix in 27.
Oh yeah, Portimao is such a great track. Like,
I hate that it got taken out of the F1 games, but hey, I mean,
it's dumb because you've got the freaking assets. Just keep it in the game.
yeah, I want to say it's licenses is why they did it, which is
So
stupid. It's so stupid. It's stupid, but I want to say it's licenses because they had it for 21, 22, 3, and 4. I think that's how long they could keep the license a hold. I think was Paul Ricard in 24 or no? I'm not sure. Or
Yes, I think so.
I think it's the same reason Portimao got removed for Paul Ricard as well, because they lost the license or they couldn't hold on to the license for it. That's why they did the reverse tracks. I think they were trying to find a way to make up for the missing tracks, Portimao and Paul Ricard. I like the idea, to be honest. I actually think the idea is good because they need more tracks in the game to keep like variety, simple variety is why.
Yeah.
That is always like when they did that on 21, they actually did like 3 separate like track releases mid game cycle. That actually kept the hype going in the game, to be honest, because they did Imola in like July or August. They did Portimao in like August or September, and then they did Jeddah September, October, right before the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So that actually kept the hype going on that game. I don't know why they couldn't find a way to do something like that going forward, because I thought that helped the game cycle genuinely. New content, bring people back in.
I think a lot of people don't like when content gets drip fed to them.
Sure.
So, no, you have the content, just release it. Don't release something to me 6 months after the game comes out and tell me it's new when we used to have it before. Like,
sure, if they did something like, we're gonna re-release Portimao, like that would be like, okay, screw you guys. But if it was like, we're gonna release a beta version of Madrid, or Cadilla, or something like that.
Yes, that would be cool. That would be cool because it's genuinely new. Right.
Like, I think if they did, like, Hockenheim or something, like, if they redid Hockenheim from 20... Because that used to be in the game in 2019 was last year, that was in the game. Like, it would be like, but at least they're kind of like, if they redid the track or something, that could make it interesting. But, like, if they just re-released Portimao or Power Card, I'm like, okay, well, screw it. Like I said, new content, and it was new content for them when they did that in 21.
Right.
They didn't have those in the game before. That's why I think the reception was. That's why I personally think it was a good idea that they did it that way, in terms of like keeping and getting people back to the player base.
Yeah, I agree. If it's actually new, that's fine. It's like proper DLC.
Right, because they have to do Madrid next year for 26. I want to say there might even be another. Isn't there like? No, that's the only new Grand Prix, correct? There's no new tracks coming back.
Oh man, I forgot about Madrid.
Yeah, I tried a beta version on AC. The version that was initially like announced, I think, is better than the final version they're actually going to race. To be honest, I think the latest version of Madrid is somehow even worse.
Yeah, it's always like that.
Because I think what they did is they took out like a super high speed corner, which would effectively been a long straight leading into a overtaking zone. So that kind of it'll just make it race worse. But I think they couldn't swing having a 320 km/h flat out corner that was like semi-banked. I think that's why it got taken out. I mean, it was actually quite novel for it being a soulless street track in the middle of some buildings. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I saw a video
Okay,
from
Jack.
the
5
people
minutes
who
to
make
go.
the track.
5 minutes left.
This was
Yeah,
several
yep.
months ago now.
Yeah, I
It
remember
didn't
how
look
it looked.
amazing.
And I think that was the newest version of the circuit as well. I actually did a lap with the RSS 23 with like the old version, and I mean I didn't hate it. It was like, I mean, it's like I said, it's a solid street track, but it at least seemed interesting once I drove it for a little bit. I just, yeah, I hopefully it races better than I think it will in real life.
Yeah.
Cody, how's any update on the VRC testing?
Oh yeah. I was telling Pete this. We started testing last week. My guess is we're maybe like a month out from release.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's my guess. I have no concrete info, and I haven't been given a date, and I don't think we will get one for a while yet.
It's not too
But
bad.
we started testing.
How's it? Anything you can say, like in terms of like?
There's some stuff that could be cool on release. I think there's something with the ERS that needs a lot of refining, but I think will actually be really interesting if it gets done the way we think it's going to get done. It might even remove the need for us to do strap modes.
Oh, that's cool.
To do the manual deployment, yeah. I want to like it's really really rough right now though. It's not completed. But yeah, that would be really interesting if it goes out the way I think it will. But yeah, that's like the one thing I guess I could share that would be new and unique.
Nice,
Everything else is still in development.
Because I mean, I guess it's going to be fairly similar to like what we already have, right? Because there's not too much difference. Like,
I mean
updates and stuff, but like it's not like.
So, right, I know what you're saying. Right now, the physics aren't close to done yet. It's a little different from what we're facing with the 24 car, but like I said, the 25 isn't complete. The physics still aren't finalized. There's some stuff that will be cool though. Like, and I'll be a straight shooter with that. I think it will be cool. There's some stuff I'd like to dive into a bit more though. The 25.
Man, like they've been nailing it though. Like the cars, like
I think there's the thing is when we say that I'm still thinking, okay, what can be done better?
Right.
Like it's that's where my mind's going.
Looks
I
like
enjoy the car. There was a
exit.
reason I've driven it the entire cycle it's come out, and I'm constantly working on setups with it. I genuinely enjoy driving the car. I'm still of the mind, okay, there's still things that can be better in terms of handling, in terms of like what are we doing with the engine modes? We have no purpose other than running quality mode the entire time. Like that's something I would like to find a way to either get to the bottom of with the 25 car, or at least understand, I guess, an alternatives, I suppose.
Right.
There's some stuff with the tire graining and blistering I'd like to dive into that I think if like it was refined a bit more, that would be really good for racing. There's some stuff with the slipstream, dirty air, and ERS, or not ERS, slipstream, dirty air, and the DRS that I think could make things a little more realistic, but also race better. So there's some stuff there. I'm trying to think what else with the 25. There's a little bit with the behavior on the exits on this car that I think, I don't know, there could be a difference on the 25, but I haven't driven the 25 car for a couple days now. I've been trying to like digest what I did when I tested it last week.
I think one thing I finally realized, I don't even know if it's like necessarily true or not, but like the back end, you rarely lose it, you know, once you're like 80% throttle or not.
That's the
Right?
end of the
It
session,
happens
V3.
mostly like at the initial phase, right?
Right,
But-
right.
But it happens so quick, you think it's at the top end almost,
Right.
right? Like, so it's like you can actually be more aggressive on the throttle once that initial part is done.
And I think there is something in the 25 the way the physics are right now with the 25 car, that exit behavior will be a little more edgy. I think the goal I want to get through in the 25 testing is to try to get a more forward aero profile where you're more on the nose of the car, because right now I would say we have quite a dirty rear end with the car. I think trying to get the car a little bit more oversteery on the front end and force us to kind of, you're not just able to like throw the car in on entry. You're having to maybe be a little more progressive with it. That could be
Like-
something.
Watch your speed
Like
limit
have a
bits.
bit more rear end instability.
Right, because I have to set the car up so aggressively to get the rotation I want that I think having that more forward profile will enable me to, like, that's a big thing with the brake migration, actually. That's why I have the brake migration so aggressively set, because I'm trying to make the car turn. I think having a more forward air profile would actually fix the fact I'm running 15% brake migration at most every circuit.
Right, so you want it to be a bit more stronger, so it's easier to turn in, but the rear
Yes.
instability is there, so you basically have to
Correct.
manage the rear end more than,
Yes,
like, oh, I
Yes.
want to turn in more.
yes, yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Right, yeah,
That-
yeah.
Yeah, you got me. I think doing that with the aero profile would be a way to fix some of the brake migration, like me, Murray, I can do. Because that is something I take full advantage of, and I've even I've said that's kind of silly. I could do that, and I think that's something we could.
Like, even
out of the
52
car.
is, like, that's quite rearward, right? Like,
Right, and then I'm doing like frickin' 37 at the end of my brake input. The migration. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm just hand braking it into the corner. I think that's a bit much. So there is just 4 of us. I'm happy
Oh.
to run and see if people join in quali. I'm willing to do that.
Yeah. I'm
wait,
down.
so
to
we
try.
have,
So I think Jake said he was on his way. Jaden left and he might rejoin, and then Cody said he's having family problems, so he probably won't make it. So with Max, we probably get Jake and Jaden back, and we'd have 6.
Jake and Jaden back. Shit.
Let's see. I'm happy to run it, and we'll see through quali. That's fine. Or actually, as Jake said he was going to join, let me check. I think he said he'd prefer next week, so he might not join.
Yeah, I think he might be backing out because he saw there weren't a lot of people.
Where's, what happened to Jaden?
He was here, but then he might have had a connection issue because he was driving behind me at one point and then he went straight on and then disconnected.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's also looking at the attendance and he's like, I'd rather do something else with my night other than 5-person race. Said I'm happy to do this week and run it again next week. Not a problem to me.
If you do anything next week, I'd say like freaking 100%. No, I'm just saying,
I
like,
would be
hey,
down for. I would be down for every race being 100%. I love the longer races.
I do, yeah, like, because it's gonna be the last race on this car, right? Like, well,
Well, I'd say
Oh,
most
Jesus,
likely,
Richie.
unless you guys have something planned otherwise. Okay, Jaden's back.
Oh,
We got
nice.
5. I was gonna
Yeah, I
say.
see-
Go ahead.
ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm down to drive it and just run it back next week, same track.
Oh fuck, Jaden got disconnected again.
I maybe just
Oh,
left.
man.
It exit looks
Just
clear.
left, I
Alright,
guess.
Jack, we've got 18 minutes to do the
Unless he's
business.
saying he I can't tell. Yeah, like I said, I would literally be happy with every single race we do being 100%, but I know that's not sustainable for everyone.
I don't know if it's a time issue or like I don't know. Like I know like on controller that's gonna be impossible. Like I don't know how people do that on controller.
Hey, Beamer won 100% race on a controller, so I think
Yeah, he did.
he's fine. He'll be fine.
Jaden?
Beamer.
Beamer did. He
Oh,
won
Beamer.
also on control.
How do
on-
you drive that on controller? I don't get it. There's no way.
Well, I've been
Holy
helping
shit.
him get it working for him on a controller. It's possible,
yeah,
and
from-
one of our beta testers is actually on controller as well.
Nice. Yeah, for me the 100% races they're tough on my body. Monza was fine because it's so much you're just on the straights.
Yeah, yeah.
But the one in Japan, holy.
That was just an
I can't
intense
remember the
race,
name of
though,
that track.
because there's-
Yeah.
You
That
know
was
what we
just
should
straight
do,
up
right?
race.
Have like
should we do?
either Baku or Singapore 100%.
my God.
Hey, I'm doing Baku 2 weeks from now. I in the car I'm in, I should absolutely.
I love Singapore, but Baku, ugh, what a terrible track.
On AC, it's like 5 seconds quicker than reality, to be fair. Like in Brooks, it'll probably be like a 35 pull. In real life, it'll probably be like a 40 or a 39. Also, the grip is way lower, so the track will be slower right now.
Yellow
yeah, I
flag,
just
watch out.
wide on turn 2 like an idiot.
You're all good, James. I'm just on in lap now, trying to do a little bit of fuel save. Maybe he is having internet issues. He's
Yeah,
running
he
again.
just got disconnected again.
Yeah, I think he's having an issue.
No, I just remember doing like 100% race of Singapore on the Cody's F1. My mind was fucking fried after. Like it just, yeah, like I couldn't even freaking think.
Hey, like the most fun I ever had F1 Game League racing was 100% league. Like,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
literally did quali on a Friday, race on a Saturday, and it was really, really fun. It's the closest I ever was to winning a
That's
championship
kinda
in that
cool,
league.
splitting it up.
It's tough for people that are NA though. I was lucky I was in college, so I could actually do that on a Friday. If I had my work right now, I wouldn't be able to do it. Or I'd have to join. I'd have to take like a super long lunch break. Yeah, I could get away with that in my job right now, maybe. It would be tough.
Yeah, if it was European, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's European League, so it was European League.
Brooks is European, right?
Yes, Brooks is European. But the funny thing is, a third of the grid now is American. Literally, like
really?
the start of the season, it was me, and then if you remember Senti, he's in Georgia. He drove here for a little bit.
Yeah.
It was me and him were the only 2 Americans on the grid, and then fast forward halfway through the season, there's now 7 of us.
he is in this league. Like at least he's joined. Like I think
He's
done-
joined and he's raced here. I think he's
Yeah.
just been busy with other stuff, so he hasn't been able to make it here as much. But yeah, he's driven here. I invited him to come drive here because I was saying, if you want more seat time, come race with us.
Is that?
We're seeing minor wear all around.
Who are you saying raced with us?
Senti.
Oh,
Yeah.
Senti, yeah.
He drove for a little bit last season.
Yeah, he did a few races.
Yeah,
I
he's.
think
the
he was
road-
among the
like-
guys who gave up when we had so many new tracks. They're like,
I think I can't remember how long he stuck it out for, but yeah, he hasn't been able to race as much in Brooks either. He's
for the
been
pit
busy
speed
with
limit.
work, if I remember right. I think he's like he's like on call on Sundays, if I remember what he said.
Okay.
So he's just like, every time he tries to drive at Brooks, he just gets called into work.
I think that's definitely one thing that we noticed, like, the non-F1 tracks, the attendance is low.
Yeah, like,
clear.
definitely my
the white
suggestion is whenever possible, try to match with the IRL calendar, genuinely.
Yeah.
Whenever possible.
Yeah.
Like, I've always found, even when I ran my league on F1 2020, I always tried to find a way to try to match with, like, either another league or with the IRL calendar.
I think initially we were doing it differently because like all other leagues would basically do it. So then
Right.
like if you have like, you know, one player with like,
Differentiation.
yeah, it's like they're doing this over and over again kind of thing.
Right, I know what you mean, yeah. But it seemed like that was, like, what I feel like that would be a way to get some people for sure, or keep people, is just whenever possible match with the IRL calendar and stick with like F1 or F1 adjacent tracks. I'm happy if you literally chose to drive 6 dirt ovals, I would find a way to learn how to drive dirt. You know what I mean? I'll learn what we have, but I'm one person.
No, I mean it's fun, but like I think like how we have like the different I guess quarters of the season or whatever. Like
Right.
maybe we can have like one, like, you know, non-F1 related track or whatever. Like keep it limited basically. You still want to have it.
Yeah. Like, I would be really curious if we tried, like, I don't know, like, just pulling a name out of the hat. If we tried like a Jerez, like an old
Right.
90s F1 track. Like, that's one I've never really driven it. I would love to learn it.
Me too.
To be honest. That would be like, I sometimes just love trying out new tracks just for the hell of it. I'm doing another league where I'm going to drive like a bunch of regional tracks in like Panama, Jamaica. I think we have one in, let me think, yeah, Panama, Jamaica, Guyana, and then there's another one that's it's Costa Rica? No, Venezuela, I think. But it's like a bunch of regional tracks, really cool, really unique. Basically, no one's ever really driven them, but I'll learn them. Why not? They sound like fun. Like that's where my mind goes. Anyway, me waffling.
Your left side tyres are hot. You're cooking your right front tyre.
Yeah, I'm down for like a handful of new tracks each season, but for me, like, I had a lot of fun learning the full new track season, but it was just so difficult to do well because it was learning something new every week, and if I didn't sweat my balls off practicing, then I was just so mistake prone in the race that it really took away from the enjoyment in the race itself.
I think Detroit was one I had to learn pretty much from scratch. Like, I struggled because I just missed the setup and right to full settings. I think there's another one that I had to learn from
won
scratch.
that whole season. It was Hungary. Every other
Right.
track was brand new, and that was just really difficult.
Oh,
Yeah.
like Cadillo, I had to learn.
Yeah, Kadia, yep. But like, if we're doing 12 races, say like 2, maybe 3 new ones.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be very fun.
Like keep like
And
at least
hopefully
like
we wouldn't have low attendance on those 2 to 3.
I think partly it's to do with competition too, right? Like if people are like competing for positions and stuff, like on the standings,
Mm-hmm.
people wouldn't want to like miss any races and things like that, right?
Right.
Your tyre temperatures are hot all round.
Perfect.
Watch What's your speed?
And it's always like when a new car is coming out, the attendance for the last season is always like low.
Yeah, I don't know what's driven our low attendance this time.
It takes it, it's clear.
Because, you know, we brought back all the F1 tracks. I think there were people who joined us. We got like a 19-person grid last season, but I think they kind of tuned out when it was just too many new tracks.
Yeah.
And then they never tuned back in and saw that we added all the F1 tracks for this season.
If you can get like, you know, like 15,
Cold tires all round.
like that's pretty good. You can manage like 15 every race. You don't really need more than that.
New fastest lap for Lawrence, 127.4.
No, I think that's great. If we can get 15.
I think that should be doable. I just undefined now.
Especially with the 25 coming out, I think we should be able to get there.
Yeah, I think that's possible.
I know I've been asking people in Brooks that are like North American times if they want to drive here. That's how I got Senti to come drive. And Steve, he did a race here eons ago. He's now driving in Brooks. So it was like, I think he's, 7 drivers over there. Jaden's racing here, and then I think everyone else is just unable to make it from North American time slot that drives there.
Dude. So sloppy.
I know, right? I feel the same way.
This is what happens when I like only do one quali lap before quali. I'm like just not honed in on the
grip. We're still building the grip.
lanes.
We're still building the grip.
But yeah, I'm not getting the right gears because on this track I'm doing different gears between race and quali. I'm just not really nailing it now.
Right. There's it.
Watch your rear tyre temperatures, they're getting hot. Your right front tyre is cooking.
2 full attempts here, so I think I'm gonna go 2 attempts for a lap. If I'm doing the time right in my head. Alright, well if I can get a really good lap out of this final round, or the second final round, I'll do that.
P4. 5 minutes remaining, 5 minutes left. Your tyre temperatures look good.
Have any of you guys tried Evo yet?
I have like 3 hours into it. My PC's just too crappy to run it. Good FPS.
Yeah, I barely tried it. I really want to try the multiplayer, but I was traveling last week. Had family this weekend.
Before I try it.
Any good so far? Like based on what you're doing?
I tried it right when it came out in January, so there was like basically nothing there. I want to try.
Seen a bit of wear all round.
But I wanted to do well here more than that, so I've prioritized this.
Yeah, I've installed it like when they released it. I haven't even started it.
Yeah, haven't
You're
even
saying like the
downloaded
force
enhanced
feedback is
update
actually
ones.
kind of weird on the game.
What's your speed
They've
limit in
had
the
some
pits?
issues on it being kind of different between different wheelbases. They had some bugs related to the damping effect, and so they've been working on that. But hopefully it's going to be worked out soon. It might be fixed already, actually.
Matt's not here, right? Wait, what?
Okay, the car just did not turn through 13. That's fun.
What's the plan? Are we doing it or?
I'll run the race.
Okay,
I'll run the
yeah,
race.
I'm good. Any PSP fans here?
Your exit looks clear. Stay
Yeah.
behind the line.
I guess if I had to choose one of the McLarens to win, I guess it would be Assetto.
The car in front has just
See
done
the
a
shit that McLaren
127.4.
does just
2 minutes to go.
puts
2 minutes.
Norris in worse spot almost.
I mean, they just... let me put it this way, it's 3 points. Does it really matter?
Yeah, and like Piastri knows that, right? It's like, yeah, whatever.
They are in the fortunate position that one of those two will win the championship.
Mhm.
99% likelihood. I guess it's just they're trying to manage it so they don't hate each other for the next 3 or 4 years that they're teammates. I suppose that's just the thinking behind it all. I mean, I understand it. It's just like it's all overblown.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, also it's like, you know, just because they have a good car this year, like next year is going to be completely different, man. Like,
Yeah, there's no guarantee.
there's
no guarantee that they will
nothing,
do
right?
that.
Like, it's not like, oh, it's just, you know, 2014 or anything like that, right?
Mm-mm. Be right back.
Damn. Not even close.
Your left sides are running hot. Your right front's really hot.
Damn, dude. Nice
I had
lap.
2 big snaps at the end. That was not the finest lap of my life.
You got it, though.
That was certainly not the finest.
That's your quickest lap in this session. You're now
Too
1.4
aggressively.
off the pace.
Very sloppy quad for me. Hopefully I can do much better on those.
Well, we'll see how this race goes. I will try to 2-stop unless you guys are just latched right onto me for the entire first stint. Then I might have to rethink it. If I can manage, I think the biggest thing is I have to manage a gap at the start. I have to pull a gap. Because I don't think it's 22 straight up in a train, being able to pull that back.
Wait, hey, what's the pole lap? 27.
IRL?
2? No.
In here it was a 2. IRL. It was pretty slow in real life this year. I think in 24 it was a 27 or 8. 25 is a 29. Like
you got 27.2 now, right?
Yes. Yeah. I think if they had the same track as
You need to watch your right
they
side
might
tyre
have
temperatures.
sevens in real life. I think it was just a way hotter track. I don't know if they did any reprofiling between the board 24 and 25 though.
Watch your speed.
You know what? I think that's the
That's the
closest
end of the
I've
session.
ever been to
P4.
a full lap in this game.
Compared to real life?
No, like compared to like you guys.
I thought you've been closer before. I think you've been within a second before, haven't you? I think you have been, I want to say.
Yeah, like my race pace is slowly improving, but I'm just getting into too many freaking incidences. Like,
Right. I guess the thing here is just focus on the cleanest, consistent stint you can pull off here. I know this is going to be rich coming from me, but I know when I've been racing people that I was struggling to beat at the time, I'd always race like a time gap. Like if I could stay within 10 or 15 seconds, that would be my goal. I don't know if that's a way that helps in the situation, but I don't know. Is that something you've considered before? Just like racing
yeah,
a
like
specific...
just like, you know, because generally you have like your top tier, mid tier, and everything, right?
Right.
And then it's kind of like, okay, if you're in the ballpark or like you know you're gonna be slower there, like you're not gonna catch like the mid tier right away.
But if you can stay within 10 seconds of
that's not bad.
Yeah, I've done that versus esports guys before when I've raced against some of them. I'm like, okay, you know what? They're going to beat me 100 times out of 100 unless they bin it. So if I'm within 10 seconds at the end, that's a good race for me compared to
yeah.
Like, I've definitely done that before. I don't know if something like that might work for tonight, maybe. Like, aim for like a specific, like I want to be 20 seconds off of Pete, or just throwing out numbers.
Yeah. Hey man, my first thing was like, let's not get lapped.
Hey, when I think I've told the story about when I first did Monaco on F1 2017, I got lapped twice. I was on a controller, I was just trying to make sure I didn't impact the people who are actually fighting for the win. But there was 2 other people with me in that pack. I think I qualified 7th and I finished 5th. Just because I managed to pass the 2 people that were also 2 laps down with me.
Man, lapping as a leader on Monaco is probably one of the
hardest thing.
What
I did is I was in the same BC with them, and I just told them, you know what? If you catch me before the tunnel, I will let you go at the tunnel, not in the middle of a slow speed corner. So just be patient with me. I will let you through at the first 20-mile-per-hour corner on the track. All right, I'm gonna run 122 on the fuel. I think I had the margin anyway. If I don't, I can feel some.
Let's see what we can do here.
Let's have a good race. I think it'll be fun. It'll be close.
Yeah.
I think it will be.
I mean, most of the time I'm battling 1 or 2 people or just driving by myself, regardless of how many people we have.
See, that's the same thing. Nothing changes for me. Generally, it's like the midfield is too far away, and like I just don't have anyone around.
I'm gonna quickly try to get it respond to a text before we
All
go.
right. Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
Thank you. Alright, so
Go, go, go! Car left, clear left. The gap to P5 behind is now 1.4. The gap to Ryder ahead is increasing. It's now 2.2. Okay, Jack, the next car is Ryder. The gap to James behind is now 3.1. The gap to James behind is now 3.6. The gap to Ryder ahead is increasing. It's now 4.1. That lap was at 1:33.1. Sector 2's a second off the pace. The gap to James behind is increasing. It's now 4.7.
Ooh, you had a wobble. Caught it, that'd be good.
Fastest lap for Lawrence, 131.0. The gap to P5 behind is increasing, it's now 5.6. Alright Jack, we'll need to pit for fuel by lap 37. We're seeing minor wear all around. The gap to James behind is increasing, it's now 6.3. The gap to James behind is increasing, it's now 6.8 seconds. Yellow flag, caution. The leader's just done a 130.9. P4. The gap to P5 behind is increasing, it's now 7.5 seconds. The gap in front is now 8.5. The gap to P3 ahead is now 9.1. New fastest lap for Lawrence, 130.7. That was a 132.8. That's your best lap in this session. Sector 2 is 1.3 seconds off the pace. The gap to Ryder ahead is increasing, it's now 11 seconds. The gap to P3 ahead is now 11 seconds. Yellow flag. Your right front tyre is hot, right front is hot. That's a new fastest lap for Lawrence, 130.5. That was a 132.0. Good lap. That's your best in the session. Sector 1 is 0.8 off the pace. The gap to rider ahead is increasing. It's now 11 seconds. The gap to rider in front is now 11 seconds. Fastest lap for Neil, 130.4. The gap to P3 ahead is increasing. It's now 12 seconds. That last lap was a 132.3. The gap in front is now 12 seconds. Tyre temperatures are good. The gap to rider ahead is now 12 seconds. You've just done a 132.4. The gap to P3 ahead is increasing. It's now 13 seconds. The gap to rider ahead is increasing. It's now 14 seconds. Your tyres are all looking a bit worn. The gap ahead is now 15 seconds. Your last lap time was a 132.7. You're a second off in sector 1. The gap to rider ahead is increasing. It's now 15 seconds. The gap to rider ahead is increasing. It's now 16 seconds. Your lap time was at 1:32.5. Okay, Jack, your lap times are pretty consistent. The gap to P3 ahead is now 16 seconds. The gap to rider in front is now 16 seconds. The gap to P3 ahead is increasing. It's now 17 seconds. That lap was a 1:32.2. Sector 1 is 0.4 off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.9 off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.5 off the pace. The gap to P3 ahead is now 17 seconds. The gap to rider ahead is increasing. It's now 18 seconds.
Oh, he followed me in.
The leader, Lawrence, is pitting.
I thought he would go opposite. I was trying to do it really late as well.
Rider is now leading. You've just done a 1:32.1. The next car is Neil. The gap to Neil ahead is increasing. It's now 2.3. That lap was a 132.9. Sector 2 is 1.1 seconds off the pace. The gap to Neil ahead is increasing. It's now 3.7 seconds. The gap in front is now 3.9 seconds. New fastest lap for Neil, 130.2. The gap to Neil ahead is increasing. It's now 5.9 seconds. That lap time was 132.7. Sector 2 is 1.4 seconds off the pace. Yellow flag.
Oh, no, got it. You
The gap to P3 ahead is increasing. It's now 7.6. The gap to Neil ahead is increasing. It's now 8.1 seconds. You've just done a 132.5. The gap to Neil ahead is increasing. It's now 10 seconds. Your tyres all look pretty bad, mate. The gap to Neil ahead is increasing. It's now 10 seconds. Ryder is pitting from P1. He should be a little bit behind when he comes out. The leader, Ryder, is pitting. That's a new fastest lap for Lawrence, 130.2. Lawrence is leading the race. Okay, Jack, there's a car exiting the pits, heads up. Look out for the pit speed limit. You should have plenty of space on the exit. When we exit the pits, we'll be in P4. Pit exit's clear. Right, the guy ahead of us is Ryder. Your front tyres are cold.
Were there any issues with the stop, or was it normal?
Fastest lap for Lawrence, 130.0.
All good for me. Yeah.
Alright.
Mine was good too.
Okay.
Almost bottled it on the cold tires though.
The gap was pit out. I didn't know if the pit stop was long feet, because I thought it would be closer. I think the gap was 12, but that was 10. Maybe the last lap was just tough on the 3. Not sure. Because you should definitely come out ahead of us when we box. I'm just thinking if we need to probably be within 10 to have a shot, I think, to get there. I'm also trying to do this while recharging the energy a little bit. Use the bit initially. I'll have a go at me this time, I think. Close enough, for sure.
Hey, did you go on the C1?
2. Pete, I'm not sure.
Yeah, C2.
The guy in front has just done a
I don't have any
130.4.
pace. I think you guys are going to
Watch your right front
Well,
temperature.
you'll come out
It's
ahead.
hot.
You will come out ahead. I'll put out. I had to use a little energy late to hold Jaden back. I thought he would go a bit harder.
That lap time
Yeah,
was
for box
132.0. That's your best lap in this session. You're a second off the pace in sector 2.
I only really boxed early because I wanted to give myself time with the fresh tires. I had the pick up.
The guy in front has just done a 130.2.
Well, you got a really good turn too. Use energy to get late. Whoa, big snap to my inside curve at 6. Thought it would be good.
Okay, Jack, that's
it.
half
That's
distance.
fun.
You're
You
looking
guys
good
are
for
gonna-
fuel.
Oh no!
Your lap time was
I've
at
saved it,
131.5. That's your fastest
That's
lap.
my race. That's over.
Sector 2 is
You guys are
0.7
gonna-
off the pace.
We'll see the gap at the start finish. And the delta is 22 seconds. You should still have a good tire for the next 5 laps. Okay, no, never mind. We go this time. Certainly this time. I can use the reverb charge. Yeah, he'll go this time.
Neil is now in the lead. Right side tyres are hot. That was a 131.4. Good lap. That's your quickest today. Sector 2 is 0.6 off the pace. The guy ahead's last lap time is a 130.1.
So yeah, really went from like 20% there to go full bar.
You've just done a 131.6. Sector 2 is 0.8 off the pace.
Thank you, James.
Lawrence is now in the lead.
I didn't even actually want to send that. I accidentally sent that. Broke a tiny bit early and I went offset jump, so I'm like, hell, let's go for it. Got the full charge anyway, so I can make it.
That lap time was 131.4.
You know, it might get you a bit of time back. We're starting to fight now. I think he's getting back at me into one.
Do it. Beat each other up.
Might just, yeah, he's gonna have. Oh, he doesn't want the DR. He wants the DRS. I don't know who got it that time.
Neil is now leading.
As well. Let's see, who has it? I do. Okay, I've got the energy for this, I can do it.
That lap was a 131.0. Good lap. That's your quickest so far. Sector 1 is 0.4 off the pace.
Might extend 26 just so I don't risk Jaden overcutting. I was thinking I bucks this time, but not sure he would follow me in or not if I go this time.
You've just done a 132.0.
Whoa, I just broke like fucking 20 meters too early. Good job, man. Actually got him to pit. Okay. That worked.
James was pitted, right?
Yeah, I tried to do a fake pit. I went all the way to the pit entry and then duped out last second. I can do that. He'll definitely undercut me, but I have a ton of energy. I'll use a bit. Spin lap now.
You've just done a 131.5. Sector 1 is 0.5 off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.8 off the pace. Sector 3 time is fast. Alright Jack, the next car is Neil, the leader. Lawrence is pitting.
I should rejoin behind Jaden. Not by a ton, but... yeah, I'll be about 27. I'll be fine.
Ryder is leading the race.
Oh no, he had a slow start. How the hell did I match him? I I guess he broke really early for the box. Okay. But maybe the tire warm-up's way worse than I thought it is.
That lap was a 131.3. That's a new fastest lap for Neil, 129.0. James, behind, is pitting. The car ahead is Lawrence. Your tyre temps are all good. New fastest lap for Neil, 128.9. We've seen a bit of wear all round. That last lap was a 131.0. That's your fastest lap today. Sector 1 is 1.3 seconds off the pace.
Just outside DRS, yeah. Maybe I get it in the braking zone.
God damn it, that's cut number 4. Oh, that's so annoying. Fuck off. God fucking damn it. Didn't even think about doing 2-stop in practice. Clearly, it's a better idea. The pace has been freaking awful too. You guys dropped me like it was nothing.
Heads up, Jaden is going to try to go with me here.
The guy ahead has just posted a 129.6.
I was trying to time it so I could get through and he might not. He's going to probably send one late on you.
Is leading the race.
I'm trying to give you some room to brake. Road in really deep. He'll go on you late, I'm pretty sure.
That lap time was 131.5. Sector 1 is 1.3 seconds off the pace.
How are you already beyond a second, dude?
I used a ton of energy because I knew that was my chance to drop Jaden. I usually regen through there. I didn't regen any energy.
Damn it.
You can still get back to that thing. At this point, I think you should just wait for the DRS.
Oh my god, fuck this. Whoa, Jaden, damn.
What happened?
He just passed me, but he was so slow that I almost rear-ended him.
I don't know.
That's a new fastest lap for Lawrence, 128.5.
I don't know, I don't know. Whatever. My race is fucked anyway. Oh my god, he's so goddamn slow. What is he doing?
Probably he's trying to back up the entry. I know with me, I was trying to back up entry. I think he was trying to do what I was doing earlier.
He had the move done. I wasn't gonna overtake him. He should be trying to get you, not back me up.
That was 131.3.
How much do you think
Sector
the
2 is
spin
1.2
cost you?
seconds off the
I
pace.
wonder would have got there later.
At least 5 seconds.
Okay. Okay, maybe we would have made it to like lap 33, 34 then. The biggest thing was getting the gap in the first stint, because if you're in the DRS, that's another 3 or 4 seconds that you'd have as cushion. I think the one stop could work. You just need to be in the DRS.
Better.
No, I think DRS really. So you can hang on in the first stint.
Yeah, well that's what I mean. Drive better. You guys dropped me like it was nothing. My pace was fucking garbage compared to practice, and yours was better than your practice.
You've got significant tyre wear all around.
If I'm being honest, I didn't even think of a 2-stop until like this morning. I was thinking this was a probable one with the degradation. This is actually surprising me, to be honest.
Your right side tyres are getting hot.
I might actually be close on fuel. I need to do a tiny bit of fuel save at the end.
What'd you say?
I might be close on fuel on break even, just about. I think I've got an extra point to the lap. Actually, I might have to do a tiny bit of fuel. I'll switch mix them a little bit to coast into one. Be like 10-15 meters worth. Just doing a tiny bit of high rev regen. Sector 3, so I'll probably get rid of that.
That lap was at 131.3.
Thank you, James.
And that's 2 track limits on turn 4 in a row. Just complete fucking bullshit.
Biggest thing through there, I find I just have to wait on the exit longer than I think I would.
No, what I'm saying is I didn't go over. I didn't go over, but it gave me track limits. Twice in a row.
Tyre temperatures look good. Your tyres are all worn out. Your lap time was 131.6, sector 2 is 1.3, off the pace.
To be honest, I wasn't that much slower doing that, so maybe I was just overdriving.
Can't hear you, your mic is so quiet.
Ah, sorry, it's probably me mumbling. I was just saying, I think
not bad damage.
He did an Aitken. Like grazed the wall. I just rewatched the 2026 Grand Prix. Aitken spun off the last corner, just grazed his front wing. Took it off, but nothing else was damaged somehow. No, I was just saying I was going just about as quick while doing
2 to go.
Without. I was just thinking I was overdriving the car.
So what happened with y'all? Did you just pull away from him?
Yeah, that DRS was what I was hoping to break. I was trying to time it to where I'd clear you, but he wouldn't clear you.
Yeah.
That was pretty much my entire plan. Yeah.
Nice.
As soon as I broke the DRS. Yeah, that was the plan, by trying to get him to box it earlier than me, and then trying to time it to where I'd be able to clear you, but he wouldn't be able to, and that'd give me a shot to break it.
Nicely done. Big brain strat.
7, 8 years of experience, and I've had it done to me before, so I've had to learn that one the hard way. And I've also been the car that's been used as the pick for that situation. I usually just try to stay out of the way of it.
Last lap.
Well, I was obviously trying to make the one-stop work, so
right.
I wasn't about to give that position
No,
up.
of course not. Of course not. I gotta understand that completely. Fight it, for sure. I understand.
Man. And I thought I had a chance to win this one. That's a rude awakening.
Hey, we got probably running back next week. If we can do it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there is a chance, because I've definitely underperformed. That is
I think
absolutely
the main thing is that spin. The spin is what I think is the big issue, because if you don't spin, you don't lose that 5 seconds, you probably get to lap 33, 34. Our tires will start to deg as well. Maybe you get some more infighting between us, and that would do it.
Yeah, I mean, true, but I think if you did the one-stop, you guys would have beaten me pretty easily. Because my pace was so piss poor in that first stint. It was a downgrade from what I was able to do in practice, and then I think you guys were faster. I don't know, you can tell me, but I think you were faster than
2
your
liters
practice
left.
laps.
I felt so, because in my practice I was trying to run sustainable deployment. In here I was trying to do whatever I needed to pull a gap initially, so I was using more energy than in practice. That's usually what I try to do.
Okay, it's over.
So yeah, if you did a one-stop, maybe you don't burn that much and I don't get dropped. But,
I think I would push in the start phase to see whatever gap I could break, but in the second phase of the stint, I would be trying to be a little more gentle on the tire, because I knew I was only going to go as far as I needed to get a fit gap. Because I was just watching the gap with Jack. I was waiting for the 22, 23 second gap. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, okay, fit gap open. Because I just need to get onto the other 2 sets of tires. Need to give myself time with the fresh tires.
Yeah.
It would have been interesting if Jaden had gone for the 1, because I was wondering if he would just go complete inverse to me and not match.
Right.
I was thinking
I'm guessing since he didn't practice at all,
he just followed.
He was just following you.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, like I said, I think it would have been interesting if he'd gone off sequence. If he'd gone for same strat.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it would have been close for me and him, because he was in the DRS. He would have how would I say, he would have had that tire advantage. So that would have been the interesting part of that.
Yeah, I'm just disappointed in my initial pace, and then the spin was probably the result of being a little annoyed that I had already been dropped. So, you know, I think, yeah, I don't know. It was a tricky one where not many people practiced, not many people showed up. So I'm like, I think my pace is good. I think I might have a chance here. And I kind of let myself believe in something that probably wasn't going to happen. But if there's one to do that, it's one where we're probably going to redo it the next week. So, you know, I get a redo.
Oh, I don't mind this track at all, so I don't mind redoing it. I actually went like C2, C1.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because
I was wondering how good the C1 would have been, because it probably wouldn't have been nearly as temp limited.
No, because it kind of stabilizes pretty well, I think.
Right.
I'm just like, you know, about a second slower than Pete, right? So I was just like, you know, 31.4, 31.5, like throughout. Like it's basically like you have to be less careful as how you drive, right?
Right.
Because with the C3s, I guess, like as soon as you hit like, you know, 12, 15 laps, you know, you gotta be careful, right? Like it's pretty easy to spin if you're not on top of it, pretty much. Same with the C3s, I believe, like after like lap 16 or so.
Right. Sorry, I was just checking the Discord. Yeah, because in Zandvoort, when we did Zandvoort with this car a year ago, I did a 313 because the one was less temp sensitive than the 2, and it was actually a tiny bit faster than the 2 because of that lack of temp sensitivity.
Yeah.
But that was with the 1.0 version of the car. So I mean, with how many CSP changes we've had, maybe that doesn't do anything.
I think one of the things that we were thinking of doing for next season, at least with the 25 car, is basically keep the CSP constant.
Right, so, I know Matt was talking about that, right?
Yeah, because like all the tests are done on the current CSP or whatever CSP there is with what they're developing, right? So it's likely that something will break with an updated CSP. So if everyone stays on the same CSP, at least we won't have like weird issues.
Right. I know for me, I am testing purely on the public, like 0 to 11 public. I don't think they've set a specific CSP for us to all test on. So I've just been trying the public version. I know a couple people that are on there's actually a new a new CSP version that's supposed to come out, like the 0.3 version of CSP that's supposed to come out at some point. I think a couple people are on the preview versions for those.
Oh, is that out already? Oh, okay.
No, the preview version. So they're still trying to develop, like the final, like public version is yet to be released.
Right, because the preview version is the one with the rain and stuff, right?
Right, exactly. Because we were switching around the CSP so much, I just gave up on using the preview versions, and I just stuck with 211.
You know, I'm wondering like how many of us actually have the preview version.
I used to have it, but then same thing as Cody. Like we updated enough times that I just never went back and subbed to get.
Were you thinking to try to do something with the wet, because the wet physics online? In Brooks, they've talked about it because they tried it before.
Yeah.
It's so inconsistent. Like some people will have a bone dry track, other people will have full rain, some people have somewhere in between. It's like, yeah, it's just screwy. Unfortunately,
because the thing is, if we could actually get like rain and safety car going on this, oh man, that's like,
yeah, it'd be great. I would love to have like that chance of rain. To be honest, I'd love that. It's just the online.
I think we're gonna have to wait for Evo for that.
Yeah, I mean the wet in Evo looks okay. I tried it once with like a Ferrari challenge car. Unfortunately, the slick was quicker than the wet in full wet conditions.
I think they're going to refine that. That's not going to be final, obviously.
Yeah. I'm like, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait until I have an actual better PC and they fix stuff like that, because that was silly. I tried like Laguna Seca. in the wet.
Yeah, I think by launch, what they advertised is, and I think they will wait. They will keep going until they can deliver what they advertised, which is like realistic wet weather physics. The driving of the cars affects the drying of the track, and
right.
Oh, like that dynamic track evolution.
I would love the racing line.
I would love for that to be really, really good, because that's kind of what maybe a reason I try iRacing again at some point.
Did you guys actually see Project Motor Racing or whatever?
I heard about it. I hope it's good. It'd be cool if it's good. I just don't know much about it.
Because what they're doing, I think, like the cool thing about that was like they're gonna have like mod support right away.
Right.
So it's actually like similar to like the original Assetto Corsa in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
which may give it a life. I may genuinely give it life. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's I don't know how they're gonna make it work, because it's PC and console, so it's got like crossplay.
That would be cool.
That would be insane if they can actually pull that off with mods. Oh man,
that would genuinely like give Codemasters a challenge right there, because the biggest thing with AC is if this car could be on consoles and we could get people that are driving in consoles to come race, that would be huge.
Oh, anyone, yeah, like this is.
The issue with Project Motor Racing is I think they're going for Simcade kind of feel.
Oh no!
So
fuck.
We won't really.
And yet I hear people say AC is Simcade. I've heard people say AC is Simcade.
That's
before.
Which one?
This is Evo.
No, this is AC.
This is Simcade. Oh fuck! Like they're freaking high, dude. Like there's no way.
Videos about it, and it's they're not going full sim on that one, which I mean we'll see how it actually shakes out, but I think it's going to be a little closer to F1, the Cody's game, than it will be to like iRacing.
I think modability in itself. The thing is with Cody's is really, I guess for me, it's just the handling model and force feedback. But if you gave it decent force feedback, if you gave it kind of some variety in terms of like tire wear or fuel scale, you could genuinely get a lot out of the F1 games. Like,
I mean, they've got a lot of things right? Like if you think about like, okay, it's easier to run leagues and whatnot, so they've got that part right. But and even I think it actually looks pretty good. Like not, obviously you can do a lot more stuff with AC, but it looks decent. Yeah, just like the handling, and it kept getting worse. I think like 2020, 2021 was like the best sort of feedback sort of game. And then I don't know what they were doing like afterwards with the setup and whatnot.
Right. I mean, force feedback wise, I would say probably 20 was like, if I had to pick a best, it would be 20.
Mm-hmm.
But even still, that's like still not amazing. It's still worse than
it's still pretty bad. Like,
but in terms of like 21 was kind of weirdly. 23 was the issue was it was super mushy, the force feedback. 24 it just flicked the steering wheel into a corner and there's not much info. 22 is just like 22. If the cars weren't like on ice in every single gear, the force feedback wasn't god awful. It was direct enough. It was more direct than 23. But,
I think the thing is like in this one, like when I first switched, like it kind of teaches you how to drive better, almost intuitively.
Because so, you feel more. From
so I know like okay, the front is starting to slip or the rear is starting to slide, right? Like even the trail brakes is like, oh okay, that's too much front end or whatever, right? So I can actually correct it as I'm driving. I just can't feel that in like so it's more like, oh, you see videos, oh, this is how you trail brake. Well, fuck, like okay, well, I don't know. Like sometimes you go faster, sometimes you don't, and you don't understand really why.
Right.
In this one, like you start to like it actually, like it you can learn so much more from it, like especially
you're genuinely Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, like a track like Bahrain is so good for like understanding when to trail brake. Like there's so many freaking corners where like the braking is so critical on this track.
Right.
It's freaking awesome, but like that's the sort of thing that you can't really get in Cody's.
Right. You have that. The slip is the biggest thing. Is I can feel the slip of the car versus Codemasters games. The Codemasters games, it was always visual. You really weren't feeling the car. You would look at the car start to slip. You'd look at the chassis flex. You would use your eyes to drive the car more than what you feel out of the wheel.
Right.
That
and
was
oftentimes it's too late. If you can see it, then it's too late to catch it.
Weirdly, I think it was like 2021 on the wet races. The feedback actually felt pretty damn good.
Yeah, the worst part about 21 in the wet, though, is you could not overtake because the dirty air was worse than in the dry. Like, I was literally, like... I had a race at Spain where I did, like, a last X challenge. I came out second. The guy ahead of me, I caught right up to him. And then I just could not go by him at Spain. I was doing, like, clean air lines, switchback lines, trying to do anything to... I was, like, just unable to pass. I was, like, a second quicker than him, essentially. Like, I caught him by, like, a second lap, could not pass. Dirty air was too bad.
Yeah,
like,
but actual feedback was actually pretty nice. It's like, oh, this is what the car is doing. Like, and
right, you could start to feel the slip. Yeah.
Like,
I get that.
And for the dry, they somehow fucked it up. Like, it's like, how do you figure it out on the wet, but on the dry you can't?
I think if I remember with 21, it was just a little bit of mush, more mushy than 2020.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
That's modern game development for you.
I mean, I kind of get where
Cody... They just can't get it right.
Yeah, like Cody's, I think, because, like, obviously EA. So, they have to kind of go like Simcade, because their population, like, they want to sell, like, skins and shit, right? Like...
Right, but the thing is... They already had two good games with really, like, 2020 was a good base, 21 wasn't awful, 23, if you fix the mushy force feedback and the wacky tire wear model, genuinely were good games. Like, the driving was enjoyable enough.
Right. Yeah,
like
it can be for a mainstream audience, a casual audience. It can be a Simcade, but they could still make it better for people driving on wheel. They can make it, there's so many other issues too beyond the feeling. There's like all the bugs that they just literally let happen. Stay in the game over the course of 2 yearly releases, and they just don't fix stuff.
The thing is, there was bugs from, like, I started League Racing 2017. I played online 2016 a lot. There were bugs from 2016 that still made their way into 23.
That's just unacceptable. Like, that is just so
Podies don't even understand their spaghetti code. That is like, you hand wave around it because you can still enjoy driving the game, but sometimes it's like, fuck, this is stupid. This has been in the game for 7 years. How can they not solve something like this?
The dumb thing about like these devs is like, same with the EA and distributors too, is like, you create a good game, right? People are gonna fucking pay money for it. Like, it's insane how much, like, this is not like, oh, we're making like a very logical, it's gaming, right? Like, it's our hobby and whatnot.
Right.
If we like something, we're gonna pay money. Like, we're paying like freaking Ilya, the guy who makes the CSP.
Yeah.
They're making over $50K a month.
Right.
Like, so it's not like, I know, like, I don't know if you guys play like Siege and whatnot, right? I've been playing that fucking game for like 10 years now. And, we're still kind of mad at it and whatnot, but every time they do something good, like, I actually buy like a season pass, because it's just, you want to support like good development. So instead of focusing like, oh, every year, let's just freaking, get a new one out, all you need to do is just work on the freaking game and make it better.
It's a Call of Duty model.
Exactly, like, which is dumb.
Yeah, well, what they did, what happened is that well, Call of Duty, they've gotten their player base that will just buy it every year. F1 is kind of similar, but also what happened with live service games in the last 5 years and battle royales that capitalized on these battle passes is they realized they can just put out junk content that, like, you know, gets people their dopamine hit, and people would pay it, even though they were like making shitty games. Like Call of Duty, like they had so many issues with Warzone and the games the year releases, but people were still buying the bundles and they were still making a bunch of money. And so they're like, oh shit,
Madden,
we don't really have to do anything, and they'll
Madden
still pay us.
Like the sports franchise, they're the worst, man.
It got so bad. Like it was like, okay, we fell for it, guys. You got us to keep playing with this addictive game, but then you've been doing nothing. Now everyone's like, yo, make a product good and we will pay for it. Like they've lost their way. They're like, oh, we can trick people into buying our product instead of just making a good product to entice them into buying it.
Two things I want to add here. One, even Codemasters has their own version of like a battle pass and this, like, you know, the elimination mode they like add in randomly. That's kind of their attempt at like a battle royale.
It is,
think about it. So it's like they're trying to do that. But the second point I want to say, and you were talking about it, if Codemasters made a good game that I could enjoy driving, and like I could passably think that I'm driving an F1 car, I would buy it. You know, it's just I know I'm not the only one who 99% of my game time on the F1 game is league racing. I know I'm not the only person. Like, sure, I'm not. And I know people that have stopped playing the game because they just don't like the direction of where the game is headed, especially with the handling and the physics and the force feedback.
That's how we found you
They
guys.
go to other platforms. Exactly. Like you and I, we both stopped after 23. It's like if they genuinely made a good game that was enjoyable, I would absolutely be driving it.
23.
It's just not there.
I think 23 was like mid 23. When did I join? Like because I started like AC like mid 23, and I was like, there's no way you're going back. Like this was like the 24 was the first F1 that I didn't actually like. I was doing freaking beta testing for like F1 games. I wasn't even interested. Like, no, thanks. It's gone.
Yeah, I did the beta for 24 because I was thinking, okay, 23 wasn't terrible. I didn't drive. I took 3 months off between 22 and 23. I just decided that's what I'm doing for myself. I'm going to spend more time on AC. I'm going to enjoy that, and I'll see where the game is at come September, October. Played that until May. Put like 250 hours in, least amount of hours I put in a game, like 2014. Didn't hate it. Figured I'd give the beta a try. Game was awful in the beta. Never got better. So no 24 for me, and 25 just, you know what? It's not at the stage where it needs to be for me to come back.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I could just tell with 24 in the promotion for it, all the reviews, I'm like, nope, this thing is a pile of dog shit. There's no way I'm spending $70 on that for something that's a worse product than what I.
That's why you always wait to buy. That's why you never pre-order.
Yeah.
You always let other people want to buy it. Cool. If you want to wait for reviews, do that.
Pete, have you ordered Battlefield yet?
Yeah, man, I've been duped a couple times. Like, I'm a big Battlefield fan. I pre-ordered Battlefield 2042, and that game sucked. And I'm like, never again. Call of Duty, I thought, I enjoyed Warzone.
I'm lucky I'm not a shooter
I had
guy.
so much fun.
I'm
I
lucky I'm not a
loved
shooter guy,
Warzone, but
Dude.
and they got me to buy one additional game beyond what I should have because I had a little bit of FOMO, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so bad.
Can I ask you something, Pete? Can I ask you something,
And I
Pete?
was like, nope.
How much did you play Battlefield 1? I've never played a shooter,
Oh my
like
God,
a
dude.
modern shooter.
Oh, loved it.
But that always seemed like a game I would love because I always
Like the original
when I
one?
was in school, I studied a lot of like World War I, World War II history.
Mhm.
So that kind of stuff is like, wow, I would.
It's a
That's
phenomenal
I'm not
game.
a shooter guy, but I would enjoy it.
That game is amazing. I would say it's a top 3 Battlefield game.
It's just because it's a World War I game. There's not many games like that.
Hey, dude, that one
That's cool.
it's so cinematic
It looks awesome. It looks whatever I've seen videos.
Honestly,
it always
you can probably
looks awesome.
pick it up for like. You can usually pick it up for less than $5. Every once in a while, it goes on sale pretty frequently.
Right. I'm awful at shooters.
Just go play the campaign. It's a pretty short one, but it's a pretty cinematic and fun experience.
Right. Yeah, like I said, it's just the World War I history behind that. That's what's cool to me. That's
it was a cool one. Yeah, that's a phenomenal game, and it looks the graphics are insane on that game, even though it's like 10 years old.
Even
now,
my potato could probably run it.
Yeah, I think you could run it.
Wait, what do you have right now?
i5-8400 RX 580 4GB VRAM.
Wait, 580?
580 with 4GB VRAM, not 8. I think there's an 8 and a 12 version.
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah, the VRAM is what kills it.
The VRAM is, 8 is just, like, it's not... Wait, you said the
4.
Yeah, 8 would be an improvement.
Oh, dude!
4 is unheard of in modern GPUs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what kills me. That's why I can't really play Evo, because I can nuke all my settings, but I don't have enough VRAM. Really, that's what it comes down to. That's why, like, I got Trent's RX 580 or 370, excuse me. It's 370.
Why don't you have that installed?
Because I don't think I can really put it into my PC as is. I would need to get a new case and I need to just do everything from scratch.
I see.
Yeah.
How close are you to getting the rest of the parts?
It's really just saving up for it, because there's other stuff I got to spend on, and with some personal stuff going on, it might have to go on the back burner, unfortunately. We'll see.
Yeah, makes sense.
We shall see. It would be. I'd love to have a nice, nice PC. It would be really nice to have.
Oh, 3070.
Yeah, I mean, 3070 is a pretty decent card.
Yeah.
That should get me for another 6 or 8 years. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. The 30 series was actually a really good one. It came out during COVID, and so that was a fucking mess.
Right.
Because the availability was trash at first.
Right.
But I have a 3080, and it's phenomenal. It has a lot of staying power. It still competes with some of the newer cards that it's not really supposed to, because these last couple generations have been kind of a joke.
Right. Yeah, I mean, for me,
this upselling.
Well, it's
this pre-built 7 years old that I have. I got it in August 2018. So
I fucking hate AMD. Like, there's no competition, so Nvidia is doing whatever the hell they want, right?
Yeah,
like these guys actually
I agree. They just backed out. They quit on the high end.
This freaking CEO came out and
we're just gonna fuck everyone.
What did she say? Oh, she said, like, we didn't build anything to compete with 4090 because, well, no one would buy them. Really?
Yeah, they just
like,
they literally gave up. They were like, oh shit, we're getting killed here. Let's just tuck our tails and run away. Yeah, they left us. They hung us out to dry by not even. But Nvidia is the real monster. They're an absolute monopoly.
Oh, they're not even freaking trying to make GPUs for gaming anymore, right? It's like they're selling it for the freaking AI stuff. Yeah.
Very
so the data centers, data centers, AI. There's so much. Yeah. So at my work, we get a bunch of stuff about like data center opening or project related to data centers and AI, and the amount of stuff I see. There's definitely a market for it. It's very, very, very lucrative. It's lots of money going into it. So there's a reason they're pouring all the CPU power into stuff like that.
And they have, Nvidia almost has, they